Okay, we'll get started pretty soon. I don't know how, hello everyone. I don't know if Arun and Zachary and Hyung's session is leading up to us, maybe in the chat, but people are popping in. I don't know if we should start at 11:30 on the dot or if they're running up on time. Maybe we can get a thumbs up or a chat if is the other session still going? Okay, cool. Thanks, Mike. Hope that went well. We have been working a lot with Zachary, and I've just been so appreciative and impressed by the assembly team. Amazing RTMS session, amazing day, amazing time to be alive. Cool. Well, maybe we get started here. I think we are running. I'll bring up my notes. Cool. Thanks for everyone for joining. Hello, welcome to let's say session 2 of this collaboration real-time track. My name is Michael. Before we get in there, where are we? We are talking today about real-time AI for the enterprise, how global organizations are building with real-time media streams. Before we jump in there, we'll go through the safe harbor statement, which if you're here, you've probably seen this 3 times now. But the important point here is that while we're making statements, any forward indication for plans and products, including timeline, might be subject to change. So it's important to just note here. And so my name's Michael Harrington. I work to enable app developers and customers who build on the Zoom platform. And I'm joined today by one of them, Alex Hewitt, whose time and insight we're very grateful for today. Alex, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yep, thank you, Michael. Alex Hewitt, Director of Product Management here at Esquire Deposition Solutions. So looking forward to talking about RTMS and how we're building with Zoom.
Awesome. I'm gonna make sure we have the chat. Okay, cool. So before we get into our agenda, before we get started, I want to start with a grounding statement, a story that I have just always remembered. And that statement is that the promise of AI productivity is not necessarily new. One of the most grounding conversations I've ever had here at Zoom was back in June of 2020 with a technology executive at one of the biggest healthcare systems in the United States. We were meeting to discuss how they could enhance technology capabilities of the telehealth system that they were building. And I have a quote, believe it or not, I have the recording, which if you're afraid of hearing yourself speak, don't watch a recording of yourself from 5 years ago. Anyway, I have the recording. The quote was, I want audio of my patient from you. I want to get audio out, run magic on it, put value back in, and make my doctors better, make their lives easier. So what they wanted was to get data out from a telehealth session, run magic in the middle, and make that doctor's life easier. Doctors are busy. Their time is expensive. They want to focus on the patient in front of them. They want tools to help them think faster. But this was June 2020. I didn't have the answer they were looking for. The tools we had at the time required software in the middle, complicated business logic. He wanted dead simple, and I didn't have it. He said to me, and I have the recording, talk to me when you have that. Welcome to Developer Summit 2020. Here we are. I didn't have dead simple. But since then, AI tooling has come a long way. Since June 2020, a lot has changed. We not only now have the tools to build magic experiences, but maybe importantly, people are demanding them. In an age of acceleration and rapid change, our customers and teams demand solutions that make their lives better. All we have to do is make magic happen. In today's session, we have 4 examples from enterprises we're working with to deliver AI solutions through voice and real-time data. No magic tricks, These are real apps we're deploying today with our customers. We'll go through what real-time data unlocks, talk about AI CRMs, voice detection, specialized agents, and deep dive with Alex into a vertical-specific solution for the legal industry, eLitigate from Esquire Deposition Solutions. So first, what does real-time data unlock? In a world of AI tools rapidly advancing, generic can be valuable. But for enterprises, we've seen it's the training, the tuning, and importantly, the context that makes models and their applications truly valuable. For work, there's no better context than the conversations, questions, and decisions from our teams and customers. With better data available live, we unlock responsive applications that make magic happen, that take agentic actions when information is needed and when decisions are made. Workflows that were once delayed can now be immediate. And with better, more structured data, we have better outcomes, better context for the experiences that we build. Real-time media streams, which we've announced and made available today, and we've heard from Arun, provides two major advancements to the enterprise. Data is delivered in real time, straight to your server. No waiting, no intermediaries, no software on the device, no storage on Zoom's infrastructure. It's your data, sent where you want it. When a stream begins, you tell Zoom where you want your data to be delivered. Structured data comes in high-impact formats, separated audio, diarized transcripts, metadata, and timestamps straight from Zoom. Here's a simple view of what this looks like that you've already seen from Arun. Separated audio tracks help apps become deterministic. Our systems can't guess who likely said what, who said yes, who asked a question, who agreed to buy, who took an action on what. We need to know. Separating audio from a merged stream, though, is difficult and costly. And above all, Zoom knows who said what. You shouldn't have to do that. Zoom knows who the active speaker is. Don't have to guess. We can help you know who said what, who joined the meeting, and when, all in a clear signaling timeline of metadata. Transcripts also have the same fidelity and speaker identification across 18 languages that the speaker might be speaking in. Real-time media streams helps us build magic experiences, but the value and the boosts are very real. It delivers context to our apps when and where it's needed. So let's dive into some of those examples. I'm going to make sure I can see the chat. Cool. So the first one I want to share is an AI CRM tool that we're working with a massive technology company to empower their sales team. This one's pretty simple behind the scenes. All it's really doing is providing from Zoom, providing a real-time transcript to internal systems. Their CRM, internally built, receives and stores structured, diarized transcripts available in the language that the meeting was happening in. And notably here, the CRM is updating automatically. No manual effort to understand what the opportunity status is. The CRM's LLM gateway identifies opportunity status, measures customer sentiment, and helps leaders forecast. RTMS's advanced UI enhancements provide important, critical UI notices for disclosure and data access visibility in the meeting for internal and external participants. Here's how they build this. Relatively straightforward architecture here. When a Zoom meeting happens across any device, an RTMS server automatically, when the meeting begins, starts sending a transcript to their database. They store those transcripts. It's just text. They store the transcripts for a particular meeting ID, send it to their LLM gateway, and populate their CRM, as if we were to do any standard application. The magic happening is in the LLM gateway and the insight that they're able to generate off of their data. If you want to build this yourself, we have a few really awesome transcription apps that send meeting transcripts to OpenAI, Claude, and OpenRouter. And that's github.com/zoom/RTMS-samples. Next one here is voice recognition for fraud detection, particularly for highly regulated industries. This one is a matter less about productivity and more about confidence, about identity and compliance inside of external meetings. We're working with a large financial institution to build an in-meeting app for financial service providers to display risk assessments for participant audio against their Know Your Customer verification systems, existing systems that are able to leverage real-time audio. This real-time processing allows meeting hosts and compliance teams to understand risk live. Previous workflows relied on post-meeting risk detection, but today we can get live Know Your Customer inside of the meeting as it's happening. This diagram is a little bit more complicated, but you'll see that at the same point, it's whatever the device is, no software on device. The RTMS server sends more data this time. It sends separated audio tracks, transcripts, and participant metadata to the customer's media analysis server, which logs for compliance and connects to 3 systems: voice print matching for the audio, identifies speech patterns, and connects some of that metadata across PII and geolocation information that they have on their systems. That feeds into a decision engine that helps them to either verify or establish risk assessments for the external participants that their providers meet with. If you want to build this one, you're probably thinking about natural language processing. And so while we don't have the right side of this in a sample app, there's companies that build that. The sample apps we do have provide natural language processing from separated audio streams, send audio to external systems, save audio to cloud storage, and then send it out for external transcription, like Assembly AI. Next one here is a specialized agent. These are in-meeting surface apps that have knowledge and context from external systems brought into meeting context. They're internally built agents that want to be run inside of the meeting as it's occurring. Apps connect to the customer's internal LLM gateway for proprietary data, knowledge-based retrieval augmented generation, RAG, and custom-tuned models. This in-meeting agent provides both a guest and authenticated experience that allows employees and their external participants to interact with an agent with the right authentication. Examples here on the side is like a customer success agent that has CRM details, open support tickets, and the ability to take actions on external systems to Zoom. Examples here are a healthcare agent that sees a patient's medical history, a stand-up agent that knows current project statuses, or incident response agents that see system statuses and helps use live audio to provide root cause analysis. This one looks like a standard Zoom app or a conventional Zoom app that connects its media ingestion with an LLM gateway. This one, I think I'll share sample applications, but this was very similar to what Hyung shared earlier in the previous session. For this, the RTMS server also sends separated audio, transcripts, and participant metadata to the media ingestion server on the customer side. The LLM gateway connects to the media ingestion server, which also connects to enterprise systems, and then enhances the application's backend for authentication inside of the meeting. If you want to build this today, we have 3 really awesome agent-assisted Zoom apps on our GitHub today. Those include the industry note-taking with natural language processing and a customer service agent that connects to LangChain and Open Router for a series of LLMs. The next one we want to talk to, we'll get a deep dive in with Alex on our vertical solutions, on some vertical solutions with eLitigate. Alex, you want to bring us through the eLitigate solution?
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Yep, I'm Alex Hewitt. With Esquire Deposition Solutions. We are the nation's 2nd largest provider of court reporting solutions to the legal industry, and we're actually the undisputed leader in reporting services for the nation's largest insurance companies and corporate counsel for large enterprise. Every single year, Esquire services over 300,000 depositions in legal proceedings, and Of that, 78% to this day since COVID are conducted remotely on Zoom. So really, Zoom has become the de facto standard for remote depositions and legal proceedings in the legal industry. However, legal teams have very unique needs that are difficult to accomplish with just video conferencing alone. So this is why Esquire chose Zoom as an ISV developer partner to provide our clients with legal specific workflows with a Zoom app. Really, this enables us to meet our clients where they are today. So really, with our partnership with Zoom, we like to say we're making Zoom a purpose-built tool for enterprise legal teams. So kind of moving on to our use case, really, our clients, they were demanding more from the remote experience. So specifically document management. So in a typical legal proceeding where there's a lot of documents, we're handling these documents, they're organized within a case, specifically legal exhibits. And then additionally, real-time rough transcription. And also they're demanding the ability, I want to actually play back the testimony. So that attorneys can review, clarify witness statements, verify the record was clear during the proceeding. So these are things that were very difficult to accomplish beforehand. So providing these services today, it's a clunky experience. Clients are often using many different services, different windows. It's a very stressful day of your life, and you're logging into two different platforms at the same time. And you've got this, witness that is not so tech savvy. You're trying to get them onto a legal proceeding. They're stressed out. And so, building with Zoom has made this a lot easier for us, but also our clients. We're able to bring these solutions into the Zoom meeting, the same Zoom meeting that they're used to going into today. So Zoom has been an incredible partner to Esquire to bring these solutions with an open ecosystem that really, helps solve some of the extremely unique needs of the legal industry. So building a rough transcript natively with Zoom has been made possible with RTMS, Zoom's real-time media stream that Michael has been talking about. So, we needed a way to capture audio and transcription from our remote participants without the fuss of a bot. Why is this important to capture this in real time? For these legal proceedings, by law, there's a limited amount of time that an attorney can examine a witness under oath. So getting these depositions right is key. So that's why we need this real-time data to provide these services. So, with RTMS, this provides us the real-time data to transcribe, render a playback stream. So think of this, instant replay with football. We provide that with legal depositions. And additionally, RTMS positions us extremely nicely for AI insights with agentic workflows of the future. So with that, I want to kind of transition to a little sneak peek demo of what our solution looks like. So we'll play a little video. All right, so as you can see, attorneys, they'll join into a standard Zoom meeting. And because we know the Zoom meeting ID, we can automatically render the session and push the app to all the participants of the session. Attorneys can upload their files, exhibits, they can present. So we build in robust document management that allows them to manage their exhibits throughout the entire case. And on the far right, you can see that it is transcribing in real time as this is going. So in just a second, it's about to transition to a demo where we'll be able to see how you can play back the actual audio. All right, we are now back on the record, and after further discussion, we're going to actually replay a bit of testimony from earlier just to get verification. And do you know why you're here today?
I believe so. It's the case I've been discussing with my attorney.
Okay, yep. So for this is the matter related to the tractor accident that you were involved in, and that you happen to, I shouldn't say that you were involved in, that you happen to be witnessing. All right, I'm going to skip ahead.
Yes, I was working on the premises on the day that the accident occurred.
So you did say that you were working on the premises that day. Is that not true?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have. Great. So maybe in that scenario, the witness was said some contradicting things throughout the course of that legal proceeding. Now, with powered by Zoom's RTMS and audio data, we can get the instant replay and play this back and verify these statements on the record for these attorneys. And it's a really powerful tool to be able to provide these. So, Zoom's ecosystem has really been great to work with, allowing us to really meet our clients where they already are. The API is very friendly for our developers. And really, the other very key thing is that security and control measures have really been excellent for Zoom. So we have very, as you can imagine, high standards with some of the nation's biggest insurance companies and corporate counsel. So, the transparency about like when something is recorded, what is being recorded, and we've gone through these extensive security reviews, and all of this has met muster with these large agencies. So that's another great value prop for working with Zoom. Plus, really, the real-time data with RTMS is opening the door to enhance the Zoom experience with AI insights and agentic workflows, where we want to give our clients, the attorneys, a competitive advantage, and that working with Zoom and RTMS allows us to do that. So thank you. I'll pass it back to Michael.
Yeah. And there's like it's just such a cool, it's like, I want to say it's not a party trick. It's just such a cool feature. I'm not a lawyer, and I could imagine demanding, like just needing the ability to say exactly what happened in real time. So that is I think I have to share my screen again. Here we are. Okay, so as we saw in the chat, okay, but how do I get started? So if you're ready to build with real-time media streams, well, you can today. There's a QR code, but you can either go to developers.zoom.us/docs/RTMS, or find RTMS, sign up and get it on your account with the QR code on the screen. And then we'll also be here in the lobby and can get everyone kind of set up today. We have time for questions and answers, thoughts, comments, or concerns, but I appreciate everyone's time, and I'll very much so encourage the next demo that we have is on vision-based RAG systems that uses, today we talked a lot about transcripts and customer sentiment from audio, but I think there's fundamentally just major possibilities as well that are unlocked from video data in the next session as well. Wait for questions. Questions, thoughts, ideas of what I should have for lunch? No. Well, Alex, I appreciate all of your time and focus. I will. We have been working on real-time media streams for a long time, since June 2020. If not more, it's been seeds in our mind, and we're proud of it. And if there are features and product behavior that you think is magic, feature requests from specifically Alex have been really instrumental in identifying and designing the solution for our customers in our ecosystem. So grateful for your time, Alex. Grateful for everyone's time, and excited to see what everyone builds. Core testimony was in fact a very cool example. I think it's a moment, Alex said it, but what we're able to provide is that real-time structured data, not to say, to say both have exactly the audio that was said by who, and take the transcript across languages to the destination that you want it sent. And Alex spoke on security, but a big value that we're seeing customers gravitate towards is the fact that it's not necessarily a recording. We think recordings are, Zoom doesn't necessarily need to be the recorder to be the application in the meeting. We want to provide data to the system that it's trying to go to. We do have a question in the Q&A. Okay. Any thoughts? Oh, I was looking at answered questions. Can developers outside the US use RTMS APIs to develop apps? Yeah. Real-time media streams, just like Zoom, is globally available, and provides, I want to be very specific. And supports transcription in the language that was spoken in the meeting. We have plans to open up transcription and let developers choose specifically the language that they want to receive transcripts in. I believe the behavior today, though, is if the meeting happens in French, the transcript can be available in French as well. That's an important question that we've been, particularly on the systems that are built off of those transcripts. Cool. I think I will have chicken today. Thank you, everyone. We're good to get wrapped up here. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Christine. Let's see. Questions. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Alex. All right. See you in the next session, everyone.
Thank you.